So I mean, I'm just gonna leave it like this, but right, if you wanted to, so this is the speaker. So let's say she started to speak for a second. I can drag you speak. That's it. So I'm speaking with my intro. So that way, that the audience. This is how they receive that. I think.
I posted the link in our holders giveaway channel and just added all the holders.
Oh, so this is not public? I should do it on Twitter?
I mean, at this point, may as well.
That's all yours.
Yeah. Okay, and we can't talk right?
They only the microphones will be able to tap in with them.
So maybe they'll hear the chatter.
Probably not. Hey, Benedict and Christian.
Hello, how you doing?
Hello.
Hey, how y'all doing up there?
Doing great.
Yeah, doing really good. Cheers. Thanks. How's Iceland treating you?
Oh, it's been amazing. Can y'all make a little noise to let them know something? So a little noise. Y'all can't see everyone on video, but it's some people here watching y'all. So again, thank you for tapping in. Everybody on video, perfect. So we're here to make this panel about cryptocurrency, NFTs, and then some utility, right? So we just had a whole workshop out here in Iceland, educating people from zero to cryptocurrency, and now they're onboarding Algorand. So now we want to bring project creators to educate and let them know what y'all building, who y'all are, and things of that nature. Since we're on a panel, we're gonna try to keep things pretty brief. And if you're going too long, I'll definitely tap in. All right. So let's do some introductions. First of all, I want to say again, I'm C. Will. Thank y'all for tapping in. Mello.
Hey, I'm Dr. Mello. I'm here and proud to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, of the Crypto Bomber Cruise. And then we have TN. You want to say hello? You muted, TN.
Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
TN, tell them
Yeah,
hello.
I'll do it again. Hello, everybody. 你好.
Ni hao. All right, so you want to tell them kind of
nice.
where you
Perfect
located? So tell them where you located in the world and what you're building.
Yeah, sorry. I think there's a slight delay, like in the audio. Now I hear you. Yeah, I'm Chinese. I'm based in UK, and I've been living here for the last 14 or 15 years. Yeah, so our project is basically decentralized with members from all over the world. Yeah.
Thank you, Tien. All right, Benedict, tell them what's good and who you are and where you at.
All right, yeah, no, thanks for having me, and yeah, pleasure to meet you guys. Yes, so Benedict here. I'm the CPTO of Nettle Labs, and ultimately, we're kind of, best way to describe it is sort of a sustainability sort of focused Web3 version of Amex. So we deal with all things payments and sort of enabling brands and businesses, brands and consumers to go net zero and essentially earn rewards.
Excellent, thank you. Christian, tell them what's good about yourself and Envision. You on mute.
There we go. Can you guys hear me? Perfect. Yeah, my name is Christian. I'm the co-founder of Nfgen. Nfgen is this hub that's going to help video creators to better monetize their content, and we're going to do it whereby users are going to be rewarded for their engagement on the platform with Nfgen tokens. Just to give like a very quick overview.
Excellent, thank you. And then Dr. Mello, can you break down Bomber Crew? Bomber Crew.
Crypto Bomber Crew, mission is to enrich artists and society's life through our innovative talk show that we created, Mixed Reality, where graffiti artists come in, live paint NFT for you, and we empower them and educate them along the journey.
Excellent, thank you. And again, I'm an educator. I am facilitating this. So let's go back to TN. Can you so I'm always in y'all Discord watching a lot. I watch. So can you talk about some of the engagement that you're doing to engage with the community, and how is that going?
Yeah. So for our project, now we're doing version 2. Version 2 is a very community engagement focused project. We try to bring people together to really engage with the community and also to spread the positive vibes. And we are hosting weekly challenge for our holders members to join us. For example, recently we've done the trading competition, which could let NFT users to explore more about our DeFi ecosystem. Wushu Week, mainly to team up with a
We're having a little
few
connection difficulty.
NFT project to also with like a real life to help like a charity. A good news, the charity cancer support community is very interested in onboarding with us, and now I'm in like the process of getting them like going. And yeah, we got various events, try to outreach more to other chains brand. And
Yes, thank you. So what I heard was, could you cut out a little bit for a portion of it? So what they're doing, they have weekly competition. So they had a trading competition recently that NFT holders can participate in one of their factions. They have about 4 or 5 factions, right? Of Chinese, Wu Dang, Shaolin, and stuff like that. So then each one had a representative, and they got funded to trade Algorand assets that are in their ecosystem of partners. And then they had winners there. They have drawing contests and a whole bunch of different things that engages and have the people in their community active and want to participate more and more. They have a lot of partners as well. Am we correct with that, Tien?
I think she's just rejoining.
Okay. All right. So if you're here, thank you. We'll come back to you in a second. So Benedict, so can you break down what y'all are building and make it presentable for this audience here of how they can use processing of payments and things like that?
yes, hello.
Oh, Tien, you're back. But thank you. We just went to
Yes,
Benedict. We'll be right back to you.
Yeah, no, of course. Yeah. So really what we do with Nettle is we sort of facilitate payments in sort of 2 ways. Number one, buying physical sort of goods and services. So really sort of creating a sort of fiat-like experience when you're checking out. So, we have a few different sort of e-commerce plugins. We're actually got our POS, so our point of sale application nearly done as well. So that'll actually enable, I like to say sort of tap and go a crypto, but really it's just actually scanning a QR code with your sort of Para wallet. But we'll be able to facilitate, in-store payments, website-based payments, eventually metaverse store payments as well. But we do also provide sort of NFT sort of white labeled stores and sort of marketplaces as well. And again, similar sort of payment mechanism using Nettle Pay. But ultimately, it's really about, for you, the sort of consumer or the spender, is actually getting back rewards for that, and we'll actually pay for the gas fee too. So, we are multi-chain, but we like to focus on Algorand. But you don't pay to sort of spend with cards, so I don't believe that you should be paying to sort of spend with crypto either. So we really like to enable people to spend stable assets like USDC and GBPT, which is coming out soon. So hopefully you'll be able to use us to start spending at sort of typical brands that you would. But additionally, we're doing a bit of an outreach to NFT sort of creators as well, who perhaps want to sell physical merch as well, and want to take payments and stable tokens beyond just algo.
Thank you. So payment processing. So if I'm at the food cart, I want to get some tacos using USDC. We need these plugins, right?
Yes, exactly that. Yeah. So the POS in that case, which would be a really exciting thing to experience actually. So we're looking forward to getting that rolled out.
Excellent. Oh, you want to say the name of the brand again?
Yes, it's Nettle. So the brand's Nettle, but we sort of operate under Nettle Labs, but that particular payment mechanism is going to be Nettle Pay.
Nettle Pay, Nettle Pay.
Yeah, that's
All
the
right,
one.
let's go to Christian of Nifgen. So can you talk about the problem that you're solving in the creator economy?
Yes, of course. So pretty much like, so we're solving the problem for video creators, right? In the world, there are about 60 million video creators between YouTube and Twitch. And believe it or not, about 98.5% of them, so pretty much almost all of them, are making below United States poverty line. It is almost impossible for video creators to monetize their content. And one of the things we discovered, the primary problem is that they have low engagement rates. Because if you think about it, how do video creators make money on YouTube? They have to have a lot of you subscribers, right? Then they have to get them engaged to get engagement rates up. And that way they have to hope that the advertising companies are going to advertise on their channels. That's how you make money on YouTube. On Twitch, they make money through subscriptions, but still they have to keep their users engaged enough for them to actually keep on subscribing. And what we've discovered is that if you have a 5% engagement rate on YouTube or Twitch, that's considered fantastic, which it's very interesting because if you're in school, like 5% is like a double F minus, right? So you really shouldn't be happy with a percentage like that. And so we were thinking, like, why are engagement rates so low? And what we discovered is through the various interviews, also with you, C. Will, and with all the other creators from the next blog, shout out to them, and Adam Bergman and all those guys, is that users are not rewarded for their engagement. Like, for example, let's say for the people that are watching us right now during the live stream, right? Yeah, they're getting great content, which is great, but they're not getting anything else. They're just passive viewers, right? So at NifGen, what we want to do is we want to actually reward users for their engagement. What do I mean by that? If they watch videos, they comment videos, they rate on videos, they're going to get rewarded with this NifGen token, which is a platform token. And then this token is going to have several utilities on it. They're going to be able to buy NFTs on the platform. They're going to be able to access some special events, which you or some of the other creators may use, very exclusive VIP events. And one of my personal favorites, but this is way much further down the road, is that during a live stream, like we're kind of doing right now, people are going to be able to use their token to vote in content creation, right? So user creator can put, okay, you guys want us to do A, B, C, D, F, whatever. And the users are going to use their token to vote for it. So you're encouraged in empowering people to engage in content creation for it. That's kind of what we have going right now for NifGen.
Excellent. Thank you. So, like, as an educator, definitely a platform I'm interested in. This is why, I'm working with NipGen, talking to them, and I want to help get this out. But we are at a film festival right now. So there's a vision there also that people are creating content and like films, independent films can then have some gated access membership to help them do what they need to do. So I think that's a great addition to what y'all building. So we're going to go to Dr. Mello next. Can you talk about that educational aspects? I know we got the bombers. You guys are using some of that to build a community fund, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Crypto Bombers is focused on creating a platform of utility and tools for artists to empower themselves and enrich their lives and help them to enter into this space. So we educate them about SOPs, how to create utility, how the minting process is, the differences between a generative project, a one-of-one, and all of these different hurdles that come along through the game. As an artist myself, upon entering, I discovered there were so many challenges and things for me to overcome. So what we've done is created a series of tools that allow people to get engaged. We also really try to hit the streets off chain, and we do a lot of active utility that's happening. We do projection mapping of other people's art. We go out into the street and we try to recruit artists and other collectors and educate them about the value proposition of NFTs and art of that nature. So we're really more of a source of knowledge,
Yes.
and we want to be a beacon of light in the dense fog of come to us, and we can accelerate your growth into the space.
Test.
So yeah, Some of the other things we're doing are developing programs that allow us to communicate with the youth and empower them, because we believe in passion, empowerment. We have what we call the 3 E's, and it goes in this order: enrichment, empowerment, education. First, we sit down and find out how this technology will enrich their lives. Then we empower them with the tools and the resources. We allow them to discover and play with the tools. And when they come back to us, then we educate them, because we know that we've truly enriched their lives. We know they're empowered because they were willing to go through the trials and tribulations, and they still want more. And that's when we really go heavy on the education. So if somebody tries and they fail and they come back, then we try harder with them. If they fail again, then we put even more energy, because they keep coming back and we know there's a value there. And I think that's one of the most important things about Crypto Bomber Crew is enforcing and reinforcing chasing your passion and having a high value proposition.
Ooh, excellent. Powerful stuff there. Committed to the education, committed to onboarding, and then that continued education and support. That's what we need. I'm going to go to UTN. I want to ask how, like you said, you're doing cross-chain platforms. I see you connecting with other tigers from different blockchains. Can you talk about how that process?
Yeah, sure. Sorry, I apologize. My connection was not very good, so I had to reboot. Yeah, I hope you hear me like better now. Yes.
Very well.
I think last month in August, no, that's 2 months ago, we did like a Polynice game. The game is really for the like community members to get together to raise their voice on how to develop or how to grow our community. And we come to the conclusion we need to go cross-chain to really outreach like more people, to let them. It's also kind of like Dr. Mello said, is to educate them and to onboard them with algorithm user experience. And so far, it went very well. We had a few collab with the community and also with Solana community, like I'm a believer each chain will have.
Hey, sorry, TN. You went out of service, so we're gonna kind of move forward until you come back. But I do know she said Solana. She's working with a couple other blockchains like Ethereum, and then what they're doing is they're joining each other's discourse. They're doing competitions. They're doing airdrops with each other, and they're facilitating cross-chain communication, basically. So you got founders over at a different platform with the NFT project. They're meeting up with TN. They're having a meeting, and then they're collaborating to figure out how they can get their people in their Discord and community to join the other, and vice versa, right? That's what they're doing. So I'm gonna go over to Benedict now. As I said, like there's businesses out there. How does one get that plug in? Like, you walk us through the process. Like, I got a coffee shop and I want to accept crypto.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so essentially, if you're going down the point of sale route, we're ultimately just going to have a sort of mobile application which you can download from the App Store, whether it's iOS or Android. And right now, sort of first iteration is going to be just typing in a number, much like you would on a card reader, and just inputting the amount of currency that you want to accept. Choosing the token, which for simplicity, we'll kind of just abstract to just probably the tokens, or the currency, the fiat currency of that particular sort of region. So it's really great to see GBPT coming out, which is the Great British Pound token. Trying to get them to come to Algorand. Right now they're on Ethereum, but very much want them on Algorand too. But also, it's going to be downloading the app, inputting number, QR code presents itself like you normally would expect when you're connecting to any D app. Obviously from Para or whichever wallet you want to use on your mobile, you connect to the smart contract and essentially confirm the transaction. And then there you go, job done really. And obviously using Algorand, this makes the whole process just as quick as paying with card. But for the merchant's perspective, massive reduction in fees essentially. It's about 1.5% the sort of 2.5 to 4.5 when they're taking cards. Then obviously you as the sort of spender will get our Nettle token as a reward for having transacted in this way. If the brand as well is net zero, you'll then get additional tokens. But if you're going down the sort of website route for any sort of e-commerce, we have plugins for WordPress. Shopify's coming out soon. We also have low code installations. So if you have a custom site, you can easily install it and sort of hook everything up. So ultimately just, you'd have sort of Google Pay, Apple Pay, and you'll have Nettle Pay now as well to sort of accept transactions in this way. So very much focusing on our brand, but again, our contracts can compile down to multiple chains. So we do support Ethereum, Conflux, Avalanche soon, as well as a few others down the line.
Oh, that sounds amazing. So we're talking about App Store download, very simple and easy. Users getting rewarded for participating and actually spending what they were going to do. Merchants having reduced fees. We do it on Visa and MasterCard have record number of fees this year. And then the regulators out there in Congress and everyone does not like that they have monopoly on fees. So we need some Nettle Pay. Is that what I'm hearing? All right. Christian, we're going to head to you. I'm a filmmaker. I'm an artist. How would one get involved with this platform and give me a roadmap?
You're on mute, Christian.
There we go. Yeah, I got it. So could you repeat the question because it came out pretty laggy?
Okay. So I'm a filmmaker and I want to start doing exclusive content. How do I use your platform? How do I get on the platform? And what's a roadmap timeline?
Yeah. Gotcha, of course. So timeline, first of all. So we're gonna have the first iteration of the video section of NifGen up by October 31st on the testnet. Then we'll have the mainnet version out by December 1st to give you a timeline. How you get involved with it, you create an account in NifGen. You can do it right now, actually. We're on the testnet, but only for the marketplace component. So you can just create an account. Then eventually we're going to have this section where you can do a checkbox if you're like a video creator or a film creator, whichever you want to call it. And then from that point, you'll have a specific account. And then from there, you can start uploading all of your videos and everything. And so that's pretty much what we have for this year. For next year, the live streaming stuff, which I think is probably one of the coolest things we have planned for NifGen, it's going to happen sometimes later next year. I don't have an exact date, but it's going to happen next year for the live streaming component.
Excellent. So I'm hearing if we go to NifGen, NIFTGEN.com, we sign up for the test net, which is where we can test the product. And then October 31st, another test net, December 1st, we're going live. That sounds great. We're going to move on to the Bomber. So I'm an artist. I graffiti and I paint. How can I get involved with the Bomber Cruise and that community fund and whatnot?
Absolutely. So we're actively engaging with the community, and our bomb holders can also recommend, refer artists to us. But if you're an artist looking to get in, you contact us at cbcrew.com, cbkrew.com, and that will send you to our site and allow you to start to engage with us. And the process is pretty simple. We have a mixed reality studio, 2 of them in Portland, Oregon, where it will allow the artist to come in and paint in their native traditional style. So you have to have can control. There's no back button, there's no erase, there's no fill tool. So it maintains the authenticity of graffiti and street art. And as that process refines and you get acclimated to the environment, we have a live show where you come on as an artist and you'll paint a mural of your size and scale of your choosing. And we'll teach you beforehand about all of the utilities and the options that you can implement along with this. It's about a month-long process as far as the onboarding goes. And then at the end of that month, you'll come in, perform live. We have DJs come in. We have other project leaders come on, and we interview them. And artists can also be interviewed along the same way. So it's kind of like really hands-on, really engaged, and very similar to the tradition that they're used to painting in.
Excellent. So artists, tap in. That means go to cbkrew.com, cbkrew.com. Contact, get involved, get your education onboarded, and then you can participate in this fun doing real art. Pull up to us in Portland. All right. We're going to do another round. I got a question for everyone. So we're going to go to Tien, and we're going to slowly kind of do this little brief. Tien, what do you envision for the future of crypto and NFTs?
Yes, I'll try to say this quicker before I cut off. I think most your NFT projects are now in exploring of like real utility. That is to combine the real business or traditional business with Web3, with NFT. And that's also like an area we are looking for. So our goal is to really onboard some like traditional businesses onto Algorand, and then help them like leverage the NFT possibly with our IP, our brand, and that's something we are exploring. Yeah.
Ooh, that sounds great. Onboarding businesses. I know y'all gonna do an excellent job at that. You're active and really engaged, and you got something building there for sure. All right, Benedict, what do you envision for the future of crypto and payment processing?
Yeah, sure. So yeah, I definitely think just in general for crypto, we really need to basically improve the UX. My ideal scenario is when people don't even know that they're using blockchain under the hood. That's kind of where we're going. We're trying to completely abstract away that complexity. There's a big chasm to cross to get mainstream adoption, and for me, that is the big barrier. And additionally, the fact that there are these transaction fees additionally, that is also a barrier, which is why we're refunding that back to the user. But I think for me, once we get to that stage, it's a difficult one because it's not just us that need to do it. It's just industry wide. Everybody does need to remove this problem off the UX and actually help to accelerate sort of mainstream adoption. I think custodial wallets play sort of a very big, important part in that. But obviously, you then end up with a whole load of other issues too. But for me, when it comes to payments, really, I'm envisioning people are going to have an app much like you would with your current sort of banking app, similar to what your wallet is today with, say, Para. But there's no need for you to remember your seed phrase. There's no need for any of the complexities that you encounter right now. It's simply going to be just press one button to approve a transaction. And Algorand make this really easily actually anyway, due to their sort of atomic transactions and the fact that you can group lots of transactions into one. That's been instrumental for us. We're facing issues on other chains where that's not the case. For instance, we've managed to get it down to just one transaction, even though behind the scenes there's maybe about 10 going on with Algorand. But on Ethereum, it's impossible to get it to be below 2, which is just, it's just not great UX, especially given the transaction time. So I think it's actually another really important point is the transaction times. Chains like Ethereum, they're not sort of appropriate for real world sort of use in terms of purchases. You don't want to be in a queue waiting, at minimum now about 3 minutes if you just count those 2 transactions just for a payment to go through. It's just not the way that things are going to go. So I think chains like Algorand that have that really sort of low transaction time and transaction fee and sort of great UX are where things are going.
Oh yeah, definitely, because Algorand just reduced their transaction finality to less than 4 seconds. Eventually it'll hit 2.5. And I hear you'll see the future of payment processing will be that this technology will be more hidden. And that does make sense. And that's where we're going. All right. I'm going to send this to you, Dr. Mello. Excuse me. Send this to you, Christian. What do you envision for the future of crypto and for content creators?
Oh, perfect. I love that question. So yeah, so pretty much like for the creator economy, not just video creators, but all content creators in general. I mean, NFTs are going to play an instrumental role in it. I mean, they're really going to be the key that revolutionizes this industry like that. I mean, for NifGen, we're trying to figure out a way where, because the way people are going to pay to access the creator content is through subscriptions, right? And we're trying to figure out a way where those subscriptions can actually be in the form of an NFT. So let's say you have like a year-long subscription you no longer want, you can perhaps sell it to somebody else at a discounted price. You can make some money back for it. That's just one example. but there's many other examples there as well. So I envision where NFTs are going to become much more important in the creator economy. And I kind of envision a place where a lot of video creators, especially, are going to go away from YouTube and Twitch and try to find other platforms like Nifgen. That's our goal. Because really, I mean, Web 2 really hasn't been that kind to them. I mean, Sewell, you probably know way better than that than I do, right? You was being a video creator. But so that's kind of like where I envision a place where like Web3 is really going to help the creators in the creator economy achieve financial freedom or financial success a lot better than Web2 did.
Great vision. I can definitely testify content creation is hard to get money out of. So you have to be creative for sure. So yeah, let's get that vision going, and NFTs will help facilitate subscriptions and all of these type of things. So thank you. All right, we're gonna bring this to you, Dr. Mello. What do you envision for the future of crypto and NFTs?
You know, for me, I feel like crypto is currently at the point where texting was back when you used to have to hit the 7 3 times to get a T. So we're like so far away from what NFTs are and crypto is really going to be finalized as. I believe that the more artists and the more different perspectives that we can onboard into this community, the more opportunities and the more mature and refined the developments are going to come along the line. You know, I believe that augmented reality is going to play a huge part when it comes into Web3 and the future of NFTs and art in general, because you can go out, for instance, and paint with the augmented spray can out in the real world. And if you have augmented reality glasses, you'll be able to see that paint. And an artist could charge an NFT to have access to be able to see the artwork that's created. So there's so many possibilities and opportunities in here. It's all dependent on how many people we can draw into the community that have very different perspectives than the current community at this moment. So I really believe the vision and the finality of what NFTs is wholly dependent on how many people we can bring into this ecosystem. And the faster we can do it, the sooner we're going to get the answers to the problems that are holding us back.
Ooh, so what I heard too is like, we got to go out there and hit the field and, you know, do what we did out here and let them know, right? Because that's what marketing is. It's an awareness to let them know that they have this opportunity. So yes, I agree. All right. We're going to slowly start to close out. We're going to hit everybody, and I'm going to do some closing thoughts and tell the folks where to find y'all. So TN, any closing thoughts, and then what's y'all contact info?
Yeah, thank you so much for inviting me to the panel. My internet is not very cooperative today, but I'm so happy to be here and to hear your thoughts on the future of crypto and NFT. And we, as a Chinese community, as well as like NFT project, we will try to onboard more users from like Asia, especially from the student community and the developer community. We really want to see a few like iconic projects running on Algorand from Asia. And that's something like our ambition to do. And also, I would like to say thank you to all the contributors, supporters, creators on Algorand. You've been doing an amazing job. Anyone I know who are new to Algorand, they just can't say like speak enough of our strong community, and I think that's our strength. That's something we feel proud of, and we should continue building that. Thank you.
Hashtag AlgoFam. Where can they find you? Well, Tiger Chi on Twitter. That's it. Tiger Chi. Okay. All right. Benedict, can you give us some closing thoughts?
Can you hear me?
Where? Yep. Yeah, you're back. You're back. Yes, we can hear you. What's your social? Again, Tiger Chi on Twitter. Same writing. Google it. All right. Hey, Benedict, we're coming to you. So any closing thoughts, Benedict? And also, where can they find Nettle Labs?
Yeah, probably sort of echoing the same sentiments of Tien there. Yeah, I mean, definitely thanks
you hear
for
me?
hosting us and for getting us involved. You know, Nettle Labs is not necessarily, you know, an NFT sort of project, but for me, the value add of NFT projects has been absolutely instrumental in any sort of chain's sort of rate of adoption. It sort of forms the bedrock of that community. Much sort of what TM was saying anyway, really. And I think without you guys doing what you're doing, you know, Algorand wouldn't be able to even sort of, you know, scratch the surface of actually getting adoption. And I think it's very evident when you see a lot of sort of, you know, prices of the token change correlating to a lot of projects releasing sort of new content, really. So no, I think, yeah, keep up the good work, and I'm really excited for what's going to come for Algorand. And you know, obviously, you know, we're all about Algorand and trying to get as much user adoption as we can. So we're all about actually bridging people from other chains onto Algorand at the time of payment as well. So bridging from Ethereum to Algorand, you know, convert their USDCE to USDCA, for example.
I love it. So you bringing that liquidity over back to the Algorand blockchain. That's what I'm hearing. We need it for sure. All right, Christian. So we come into you. Closing thoughts on this conversation, and where can they find y'all for that test net?
No, yeah. So first of all, thank you for allowing me to be here during the live stream and so forth. Like Benedict and Kirchi said, I definitely agree with Benedict that Algorand has a very bright future ahead of itself. I mean, especially because like of all the upgrades they're doing. I mean, they're the most secured blockchain out there because of state proofs. I mean, they've literally, not even quantum computing can break down the Algorand blockchain now, which is something that no other blockchain can say. So they're definitely one of the best blockchains to build something on top of it. In terms of like Benedict, you said you wanted to bring liquidity to Algorand, which is great. Like what Nifgen is going to try to do as we expand is to get video creators from other blockchain ecosystems to come over to Algorand, right? The same way there's a next block on Algorand, but there's also like other types of video creators from other blockchains that we're starting to approach to essentially. So that's in terms of growing. And where you can find us, so for Twitter, just do @Nifgen. You can find us on Twitter. For the testnet, very simple, just do www.nifgen.com. And we have like a special perks for the first 500 users who sign up through our Nifgen testnet account, where once we do go on mainnet, you guys will have like many discounts, like 50% discounts of creator subscription or 25% discounts of platform subscription. You can reach out to me on Twitter. I'm always there if you want more questions about it.
Oh, thank you, sir. Appreciate it. I'm looking forward to it, so I'll be on there. Dr. Mello, closing thoughts, and where can they find them bombs?
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Iceland, for hosting us here. Thank you, Riff. And also a big shout out to Poppin Puffins to help us get this and make this happen. You know, as far as the future and all those good things, finalizing this, if you can take away one thing from me, that is follow your passions wherever they lead you along this blockchain. You know, you don't have to follow the pathways that have already been blazed. That's a nice, clear path, but step off the path. Bring your perspective, bring your intuition, bring your intellect, bring your vision, and help form the future of what this technology is going to become. Because like I said, we're in the very infancy of this. So you're not too late. You haven't missed it. Make sure you jump on here, and you can count on the Algorand fam to support you if you are being authentic, if you are being transparent, if you are being passionate. They will not help but to get behind you. They can't. And I've seen that and experienced it and felt very blessed along this pathway. If you're looking for assistance as an artist or just some new opportunities, please reach out to us on Twitter. That's @BomberCrew, BOMBERKREW. We also have Instagram, Crypto Bomber Crew. We also have a website, cbkrew.com. All of those I manage, and I will be answering directly to you. And I love to communicate with people. I love to do the 3 E's: enrich, empower, and educate. So please tap in.
Thank you. That was great. Appreciate y'all, all y'all who are virtual. I'm gonna let y'all go, and we have another segment that we're gonna be doing. So once again, TN, Benedict, Christian, we're really grateful that y'all tapped in, and y'all can log out.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
The audience is wooing and clapping right now. So thank you. I really appreciate it. For sure. I'll tap in later.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
So for the rest of y'all that's still here, we got a clip from Metal Labs. So Nettle Labs. No. We got a clip. So I filmed this pre-recorded because the representative from the Australia Zoo Project was unable to attend because Australia's timeline is totally different. Yeah. So we're gonna play this video, and then this video is gonna close out this panel discussion. So again, shout out to the Poppin' Puffins. Where did I put it? Somewhere here.
If you want to have a
Helen Hansel was able.
Hey, what's good, y'all? Seawood here with the passive income, tapping in for a special feature. This is for the Reykjavik. I think I missed that. Oh, wait a second. I think I might have figured it out. Audio? Yeah, I was trying to. Maybe I need to change it. Oh, that's one.
Is it plugged into your USB versus podcast? Output, external input. But input doesn't matter, right? Because you're not doing any input, input, just output.
Wrong slide. Good, y'all. Seawood here. Struggle. Passive income, tapping in for a special feature. This is for the Reykjavik International Film Festival, along with the Poppin' Puffin, Seawood PDX, and Dr. Mello NFT Workshop. We're hosting the panel about animal conservation. We're talking about the current issues impacting the climate as well. So we have a special guest here. Welcome back, Martin Kelly, CEO of Metal Labs. What's good?
Hey, great. Thanks for having me. It's awesome to be here.
Oh, most definitely. Yes. It's always a pleasure. We had a great conversation last time. Perfect fit for what we're doing out here in Iceland. So can you give an introduction of who you are and tell a little bit about the company you're working with or for?
Yeah, of course. Hello, everyone, as well. Having a great time there. So I'm Martin Kelly, leading the business called Mello Labs here in Australia, in Brisbane. We're an end-to-end NFT solution. So we take brands from the interest or may not even know what an NFT is, all the way through to that first drop and beyond. And we do that on our own technology platform as well, all on the Outground ecosystem. And it's an honor to be a part of that, but also to work with brands I'm going to talk about today, such as Australia Zoo, which is a real privilege to do that.
Yes, excellent. It's definitely a privilege, great legacy, and things that got going on over there. So let's get to it. Can you break down what the Wildlife Warriors are? That's the name of the project, and then talk about what's going on there for the audience.
Yeah, of course. So the project itself is an NFT collection, and it's really there to continue the legacy that Steve and the Irwin family at Australia Zoo and the Wildlife Warrior Charity are continuing. And that's really to support endangered and injured animals. And we're raising funds through NFTs, which directly go into supporting that. So 100% of the sale proceeds go to conservation. And it's a beautiful thing because we can actually directly see the positive impact. The NFT, so by holding one of the NFTs, is actually going into supporting conservation, not at a top line, like a conceptual level, at a detailed level of 14 koalas, croc research, and I'll explain more in a bit, but that's one of the things that was really important to us as we were talking Australia Zoo about having that direct, meaningful impact. So people should feel really proud when they hold a croc NFT of ours, which is the first drop we did, and the more recent one, which was the koala drop. There's a direct line of sight between holding an NFT and supporting conservation in a direct way, which is, I think, one of the most beautiful things about this project. And the way that this NFT project is slightly different to other ones. It has a direct line and direct impact, which is super important to Mello as a business, but also, to what Australia Zoo are doing and continue to do today. So,
yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, amazing work. So we noticed there is a big trend of NFT projects having animal like mascots, characters. A lot of different NFT projects are also raising charity or funds for charity, and I think that is great. So we call them green NFTs, and we'll match that up with Algorand, our carbon zero blockchain that we're all building on and promoting and getting out to the world today. So in terms of koalas, we have alligators. We talk about what's going on, like the research and different examples of what's happening after people buy an NFT.
For sure. So, so our roadmap's a little bit different to others. It's actually, if you look at it, if you go to the Australia Zoo NFTs.com site, you'll see, the first thing we did was we launched the croc collection, which sold out super quick time, which was awesome. And we provided 5 tracking units that the Irwins every year go up to the far north of Australia and do croc research. We bought 5 of those trackers, which are super expensive, and they went and placed them on crocs. Now they're understanding more about croc conservation, and that also has a positive impact on how we live with crocs here in Australia. But what's even better than that is now that we got, as a community, got to name one of those crocs, and you go onto the Australia Zoo site and actually see it now. It's got a live tracker and it's roaming around, and it's really interesting because there's lots of thoughts about what crocs do. And actually, one of the ones that blew me away was that they can travel distances up to 60 km in a day, which we didn't know before the research started, back in the day. So that was super interesting, and now the community has a croc, which I really love. So that's awesome, called Taco. Yeah, Taco the croc. There's a bit of a theme going on here because we had another drop recently, koalas. Here in Australia, there's a trauma season, which is right now happening now. Trauma season is where a lot of the animals start moving around as the country heats up. And koalas are affected. They're actually an endangered species here in Australia. And for example, the last trip we did, we got to put that money towards actually treating 14 sick and injured koalas, which is a huge expense treating these animals. For example, over 25% of the koalas that move around hit by cars, and they get treated in hospital at the Australia Zoo. In domestic animal attacks, about 10% of all the koalas that go in there go from domestic animal attacks. And it's amazing to think that people that bought that koala NFT have actually contributed to saving 14 koalas and rehabilitating them at the animal hospital there, which is an amazing facility. I've been lucky enough to be there a few times now, and it's incredible the amount of people and resources they have there and utilised to help conservation. And more recently, the one that's coming up, and there's a drop coming out soon, which we'll be announcing, which is actually moving into more marine conservation and turtles, sea turtles. There's a real problem here at the moment where, and we've all heard about it, with debris and plastics in the ocean, etc. And what's happening is these turtles are ingesting marine debris, and they're floating to the surface, it's getting trapped in their intestines. And what we're doing as our next piece of the roadmap is we're going to put the funds towards rehabilitating 45 sea turtles, which is going to be really great. And I was lucky enough to be there recently and see some of the treatment that's going on. It's insane, like the amount of people and energy and effort they're putting in. And at that time, they're having 2 turtles a week arriving into the animal hospital and this facility. And it's really impressive what they're doing there. So it's amazing that our utility in this project really is that, and that's what I love about it. The utility, the prime reason this project exists is so we can help conservation and directly help it at a very retail level.
Oh, impressive! Yes, and I've seen some, giant turtles in person when I went scuba diving before. So, I like it's a beauty. They live a long time. Amazing creatures. We definitely got to protect them. Y'all are doing some amazing work. It's exciting. So, yeah, green NFTs right there. That's a great breakdown of what's actually happening on the ground in real time, funded by NFTs, facilitated by some great people. Can you tell the audience before you go, where can they find Mello Labs for anybody that wanted to work with them, and then also Wildlife Warriors?
Yeah, so the best place to go for Mello Labs is you go to mellolabs.io. We've got all the links there, like Discords and email, etc. Hit us up there. Love to support other business and projects. And then Australia Zoo, we've got a recent drop coming up soon, and I'm not too late yet, but it's very soon. And if you just go onto australiazoonfts.com, all the information's there. If you go there, there's also the links to Discord. That's the best place to come and tap in and say hello. It's up in the Wildlife Warriors Discord. And also, if you're not a Discord fan, there's live chat like a normal website has, and you can hit us up there and we'll talk to you. But we'd love to people to come and support. It's a great cause, and yeah, we feel really honoured to be a part of it.
Excellent. This is great. So y'all heard it. Martin Kelly, CEO of Mello Labs, representing the Wildlife Warriors, Australia Zoo. Make sure y'all tap in, and thank y'all for tuning in for this panel video here. Peace. There's a couple comments on there. Somebody, Shaggy Bigfoot said, "We love what y'all doing. Love what y'all doing."